First contact. The sleek, silver spacecraft Nebula Seeker hung silently in the inky void of space, its smooth hull reflecting the distant stars. Inside, Captain Zora Vox of the Galactic Exploration Fleet stared at the swirling blue and green orb on the main view screen, her four eyes blinking in rapid succession. "Sensor Officer Clicks, report," she commanded, her tentacles twitching with anticipation. Clicks, a being of pure energy contained within a humanoid exosuit, responded in a melodic tone. "Captain, we've detected a Class M planet with signs of advanced civilization. However, our initial scans are puzzling." Zara leaned forward in her command chair. "Elaborate." "The planet's surface is incredibly diverse, with extreme variations in climate and topography. We're detecting massive bodies of water, expansive deserts, frozen wastelands, and lush forests, all on a single world. More importantly, the planet seems to be in a constant state of flux." First Officer Dron, a towering insectoid, chittered nervously. "Flux? What do you mean?" Clicks's exosuit glowed brighter as he explained. "The planet's crust appears to be fractured into multiple segments that are constantly moving. There are frequent seismic disturbances, volcanic eruptions, and extreme weather patterns. By all accounts, this world should be uninhabitable." Zara's antennae twitched with interest. "And yet, you mentioned signs of advanced civilization." "Affirmative, Captain," Clicks confirmed. "We're detecting artificial structures, electromagnetic emissions, and even primitive space vehicles in orbit." The bridge fell silent as the crew contemplated this information. Zara stood up, her iridescent scales shimmering under the soft light of the command center. "This warrants closer investigation. Helm, take us into high orbit. Clicks, continue your scans. I want to know everything about this world and its inhabitants." As the Nebula Seeker descended towards the planet, the crew watched in awe as the true nature of this strange world revealed itself. They'd witnessed massive storms sweeping across vast oceans, rivers of molten rock spewing from towering mountains, and great sheets of ice creeping across entire continents. "It's beautiful," Zara murmured, "and terrifying." Dron's compound eyes reflected the chaotic scene before them. How could any species survive, let alone thrive, in such conditions? Their answer came moments later as Clicks announced a startling discovery. "Captain, I've intercepted visual transmissions from the planet's surface. You need to see this." The main screen flickered to life, showing a montage of images from the alien world. The crew watched in disbelief as they saw bipedal creatures, the planet's dominant species, not just surviving but flourishing in this harsh environment. They saw cities of gleaming metal and glass standing defiantly against raging hurricanes. They witnessed the beings venturing into the planet's most inhospitable regions, scaling frozen peaks, diving into the darkest depths of the oceans, and even tunneling into the very heart of active volcanoes. "Impossible," Dron whispered. Zara leaned closer to the screen, her eyes wide with wonder. "No, not impossible. Extraordinary. These creatures, they've adapted to every challenge their world has thrown at them. They've turned adversity into opportunity." As they continued to observe, they saw more evidence of the species' ingenuity. The aliens had harnessed the power of their planet's volatile nature, using geothermal energy from volcanoes, tidal power from their turbulent oceans, and even capturing the energy of their world's rotation. "Captain," Clicks interjected, "I've deciphered some of their communications. They call themselves humans, and they refer to their planet as Earth." Zara nodded, a decision forming in her mind. "We've stumbled upon something truly unique here, a species forged by the most dangerous planet we've ever encountered. The Galactic Council needs to know about this." She turned to her crew, her voice filled with determination. "Prepare a first contact protocol. We're going to meet these humans." As the Nebula Seeker began its descent into Earth's atmosphere, none of its crew could have predicted the profound impact this encounter would have on the galaxy. They were about to meet a species that had not just survived, but thrived on a world that should have destroyed them, a species that would soon prove to be one of the most resilient, adaptable, and innovative races in the known universe. The first contact with humanity was about to begin, and the galaxy would never be the same. The human factor. As the Nebula Seeker pierced through Earth's turbulent atmosphere, Captain Zora Vox and her crew braced themselves for the unexpected. The ship's advanced stabilizers struggled against the planet's strong gravitational pull and erratic wind patterns. "Clicks, status report," Zora commanded, her voice steady despite the ship's violent shaking. The energy being's exosuit flickered as he processed the influx of data. "Captain, the planet's atmosphere is a complex mixture of gases. Nitrogen and oxygen are primary components, but there are trace amounts of substances our ship's computer classifies as pollutants." First Officer Dron chittered anxiously. "Pollutants? Are we in danger?" Clix's reply was swift. "Negative. Our environmental systems can handle it. However, it's puzzling. These pollutants seem to be byproducts of the human's industrial processes." Zara's antennae twitched thoughtfully. "They knowingly contaminate their own atmosphere." Curious. As they descended further, the true scale of human civilization came into view. Sprawling cities stretched across vast landscapes, their structures a testament to human engineering. Vehicles of all shapes and sizes zipped through the air and across complex networks of roads. "Remarkable," Zora murmured. "They've built all this on such unstable ground." Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the ship. Clix's exosuit pulsed urgently. "Captain, we're detecting a massive energy surge from the planet's surface." Before anyone could react, a blinding light engulfed the Nebula Seeker. For a moment, every system went dark. Then, as quickly as it had appeared, the light vanished, and the ship's functions returned to normal. "What was that?" Dron exclaimed, his compound eyes darting nervously. Clix's voice held a note of awe. "It appears to have been a massive electrical discharge from the planet's atmosphere. The humans call it lightning." Zara leaned forward, intrigued. "And our ship withstood it?" "Affirmative," Clix confirmed. "In fact, the humans seem to have developed technologies to protect their own structures from these occurrences. They live with such phenomena on a regular basis. As they continued their descent, they witnessed more of Earth's deadly nature and humanity's defiance of it. They saw coastal cities protected by enormous seawalls, holding back the fury of storm-tossed oceans. In other areas, buildings stood on massive shock absorbers, designed to sway with the Earth's tremors rather than crumble. "Look there," Dron pointed out, "in that arid region." The crew watched in amazement as humans used advanced irrigation systems to coax life from the barren desert. Lush crops grew in geometric patterns, a green oasis in a sea of sand. "Their ability to adapt is unprecedented," Zora marveled. "They don't just survive here, they reshape their environment to thrive." As they approached their designated landing zone, a large open area outside a major city, they noticed a gathering crowd of humans. Despite the potential danger of an alien landing, curiosity seemed to outweigh fear. "They're not running away," Dron observed, surprise evident in his voice. Zara nodded, a smile playing on her lips. "No, they're not. It seems their challenging environment has bred not just resilience, but courage and curiosity as well." The Nebula Seeker touched down smoothly on the grassy field. As the dust settled, Zara turned to her crew. "Remember, we're here to learn. These humans have survived challenges that would have destroyed lesser species. Treat them with the respect they've earned." As they prepared to disembark, a transmission came through their communication system. A human voice, tinged with excitement and a hint of apprehension, spoke. "Greetings, visitors from the stars. On behalf of the people of Earth, we welcome you in peace." Zara exchanged glances with her crew. This was the moment they had been waiting for. With a deep breath, she activated the ship's external speakers and responded, "People of Earth, we come in peace and friendship. We are honored to meet a species that has achieved so much in the face of such adversity." The landing ramp lowered, and Captain Zora Vox took her first step onto the surface of the most dangerous planet in the known universe. The gravity was stronger than she was used to, the air thick with unfamiliar scents. Yet, as she gazed at the assembled humans, their faces alight with wonder and welcome, she felt a sense of kinship. These were beings who understood challenge, who had looked into the face of an uncaring and often hostile universe, and not only survived but flourished. In that moment, Zara knew that the galaxy would never be the same. Humanity, born of Earth's crucible, was about to take its place among the stars. As human representatives stepped forward to greet them, Zara and her crew prepared for a series of discoveries that would challenge everything they thought they knew about survival, adaptation, and the indomitable spirit of life itself. The story of humanity was about to become a legend that would echo across the cosmos. Galactic diplomacy. The Grand Hall of the Galactic Council buzzed with anticipation. Representatives from 1,000 worlds filled the vast chamber, their diverse forms a testament to the variety of life in the universe. At the center of it all stood a small delegation of humans, their plain bipedal forms drawing curious glances from the assembled aliens. Ambassador Lyra Chen, Earth's chosen representative, stood tall despite the butterflies in her stomach. Beside her, Captain Zora Vox offered a reassuring nod. In the months since first contact, the alien captain had become humanity's staunchest advocate. The hall fell silent as High Counselor Xanthor, a being of pure light and energy, materialized at the podium. His voice resonated through the chamber, translated simultaneously into thousands of languages. Esteemed colleagues, we gather today to welcome a new species into our galactic community. The humans of Earth have proven themselves worthy of consideration, despite the unprecedented nature of their homeworld. Murmurs rippled through the crowd. Xanthor continued, Captain Zora Vox of the Galactic Exploration Fleet will present her findings. Zora floated to the podium, her iridescent scales shimmering. Honored Council, my crew and I have spent the past 6 months studying Earth and its inhabitants. What we've discovered is nothing short of extraordinary. The main screen flickered to life, showing images of Earth's most extreme environments. Zora narrated, Earth is a planet of paradoxes. Its surface is constantly shifting, torn by tectonic forces. Its atmosphere breeds storms of unimaginable power. Its ecosystems range from scalding deserts to freezing tundras, often within mere hundreds of kilometers. The images shifted to show human cities, farms, and technology. Yet in this chaos, humanity has not merely survived, they have thrived. They've built cities that touch the sky and farms that bloom in deserts. They've created technology that harnesses the very forces that threaten to destroy them. A wave of astonished whispers swept through the hall. Zora pressed on. But what truly sets humans apart is not their technology, but their spirit. Their history is one of constant adaptation, of facing challenges head-on, and emerging stronger. She gestured to Lyra. They call it the human spirit, an intangible quality that drives them to explore, to innovate, to overcome. It is this spirit that I believe makes them a valuable addition to our galactic community. As Zara concluded, the hall erupted in a cacophony of voices. Some counselors expressed amazement, others skepticism. A few voiced concerns about introducing such a volatile species to the galactic stage. High Counselor Xanthor raised his hands for silence. Ambassador Chen, the Council would hear from you. Why should we accept Earth into our alliance? Lyra stepped forward, her voice clear and confident. Esteemed counselors, I stand before you not just as a representative of Earth, but as a testament to humanity's potential. Our history is indeed one of struggle, but it is also one of triumph. She paused, looking around the chamber. We have faced extinction many times, from our own actions, from our planet's wrath, from the unforgiving nature of the cosmos. Each time, we have emerged stronger, wiser, more united. You speak of our adaptability, our resilience. These are indeed our strengths, but they are not unique to us. Every species here has faced challenges and overcome them. What we offer is perspective, the view from the razor's edge of survival. Lyra's voice grew passionate. We have stared into the abyss and pulled ourselves back. We have turned our most devastating weapons into tools for exploration. We have looked at our most inhospitable lands and seen opportunity. But more than that, we have learned the value of cooperation. Our greatest achievements have come when we work together, pooling our knowledge and resources. We don't just want to join your community. We want to contribute to it, to help it grow and thrive in the face of whatever challenges the universe may present. The hall was silent for a moment, then burst into applause. Even the skeptical counselors seemed moved by Lyra's words. High Counselor Xanthor's form pulsed with approval. You have given us much to consider, Ambassador. The Council will deliberate. As the Council members engaged in rapid, silent communication, Lyra returned to her delegation. Dr. Aiden Takahashi, Earth's leading xenobiologist, whispered, "Well done, Lyra. You've given them something to think about." General Sarah Ortiz, representing Earth's United Defense Forces, nodded in agreement. You reminded them that strength isn't just about technology or physical prowess. It's about the will to persevere. Before Lyra could respond, High Counselor Xanthor called for attention. We have reached a decision. By unanimous vote, we hereby extend an invitation to Earth to join the Galactic Alliance. The hall erupted in cheers. Lyra felt a wave of relief and pride wash over her. They had done it. Humanity was about to take its place among the stars. As the formalities concluded and celebrations began, Captain Zora approached the human delegation. Congratulations, my friends. You've opened a new chapter not just for Earth, but for the entire galaxy. Lyra smiled, but there was a determined glint in her eye. Thank you, Zora. But this is just the beginning. We have so much to learn and so much to offer. As they looked out over the celebrating crowd, none of them could have predicted the crucial role humanity would soon play in the face of an unprecedented galactic crisis. The crucible of Earth had forged humanity into something unique in the cosmos, and the time would soon come for that uniqueness to be put to the ultimate test. Cosmic threats. 5 years had passed since Earth joined the Galactic Alliance. Humanity had spread across the stars, establishing colonies and trading posts, sharing their unique perspectives and innovative solutions with their new galactic neighbors. But the peace and progress were about to be shattered by an unprecedented threat. The emergency sirens of the Galactic Council headquarters blared, their haunting wail echoing through the vast corridors. Ambassador Lyra Chen raced towards the main chamber, her heart pounding. She burst through the doors to find the room in chaos. High Counselor Xanthor's usually calm aura pulsed with urgency. Silence, please. We must approach this crisis with clear minds. As the clamor died down, Xanthor continued, We've detected a massive gravitational anomaly moving through the galaxy. It's consuming everything in its path, planets, stars, even light itself. The main screen flickered to life, showing a swirling vortex of darkness advancing through space, leaving nothing but emptiness in its wake. Dr. Aiden Takahashi, now head of the Alliance's Xenoscience Division, stepped forward. It appears to be a supermassive black hole, but its behavior is unnatural. It's moving far too fast, and its gravitational field is expanding at an impossible rate. General Sarah Ortiz, commander of the Alliance Defense Fleet, spoke up. We've already lost contact with 3 solar systems in the Andromeda Arm. At its current speed, it'll reach the core worlds in less than a month. The chamber erupted in panic. Species that had been at peace for millennia now faced an extinction-level event. Voices cry out for evacuation, for surrender, for any solution that might save them. Amidst the chaos, Lyra's mind raced. She thought of Earth, of the countless times humanity had faced destruction and survived. An idea began to form. High Counselor, she called out, her voice cutting through the noise. I request permission to speak. Xanthor nodded, grateful for any potential solution. Lyra took a deep breath. Colleagues, friends, I know the situation seems hopeless, but on Earth, we have a saying, necessity is the mother of invention. Throughout our history, we've faced disasters that seemed unsurvivable, yet we always found a way. She gestured to the screen. This anomaly defies our current understanding of physics, but so did many things we now take for granted. We need to approach this problem from a new angle. Dr. Takahashi's eyes widened as he caught on to Lyra's train of thought. Ambassador Chen is right. We've been looking at this as a physical problem, but what if it's not? What if this anomaly is artificial? A hush fell over the chamber. Xanfor's form flickered with interest. Explain, Dr. Takahashi. The anomaly's behavior is too irregular for a natural phenomenon, Aiden continued. Its speed, its expanding field, they defy known laws of physics. But if it's artificially created, then it can be artificially stopped, Lyra finished. General Ortiz leaned forward, intrigued. You're suggesting this is a weapon? Created by whom? Lyra shook her head. We don't know yet, but if we approach it as a technological problem rather than a natural disaster, we might find a solution. High Counselor Xanfor considered this for a moment. An intriguing hypothesis, but how do you propose we test it? Lyra squared her shoulders. We have a month before it reaches the core worlds. I propose we assemble a team, the best scientists, engineers, and problem solvers from every world in the Alliance. We'll pool our knowledge, our perspectives, our ways of thinking. And if we can't find a solution, a counselor asked, fear evident in their voice, then we'll be no worse off than we are now. Lyra replied firmly. But I believe we can do this. Humanity has faced extinction many times, and each time, we've survived by working together, by pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible. She looked around the chamber, meeting the eyes, or equivalent sensory organs, of each species represented. We're no longer alone in facing the impossible. Together, we represent the accumulated knowledge and ingenuity of 1,000 worlds. If we combine that with the human spirit, the drive to never give up, to find a way no matter the odds, I believe we can overcome this threat. The chamber was silent for a long moment. Then, slowly, voices began to rise in agreement. Species that had been paralyzed by fear now felt a glimmer of hope. High Counselor Xanfor's form pulsed with approval. Ambassador Chen, your words have given us hope in our darkest hour. We accept your proposal. You will lead this initiative, with the full resources of the Alliance at your disposal. As the council chamber buzzed with renewed energy, Lyra felt the weight of the galaxy on her shoulders. But she also felt a surge of determination. This was why humanity had joined the stars, not just to explore, but to make a difference. She turned to her team, Dr. Takahashi, General Ortiz, and Captain Zoravox, who had become Earth's staunchest ally. We have 1 month to save the galaxy, Lyra said. Let's make it count. As they left the chamber to begin their monumental task, none of them could have predicted the astounding discovery they were about to make, one that would not only save the galaxy but redefine humanity's place in the cosmic order. Triumph of humanity. The vast hangar of the Galactic Alliance's Central Research Facility bustled with activity. Scientists and engineers from 1,000 worlds worked tirelessly, their diverse forms moving in organized chaos around a central platform. At its heart stood the Cosmic Ark, a ship unlike any other in the known universe. Ambassador Lyra Chen surveyed the scene, a mix of pride and anxiety churning in her stomach. The past month had been a whirlwind of innovation, cooperation, and more than a few heated debates. But now, with less than 48 hours before the anomaly reached the core worlds, they were ready to launch their last, desperate gambit. Dr. Aiden Takahashi approached, his usually calm demeanor betraying a hint of excitement. Final checks are complete. Lyra. The Ark is ready. Lyra nodded, her eyes fixed on the sleek vessel. And the crew. Assembled and ready. General Sarah Ortiz replied, joining them. The best pilots, scientists, and engineers from across the Alliance. plus a few unexpected additions. Lyra raised an eyebrow. Unexpected. Sarah grinned. Let's just say your rousing speech inspired more than a few volunteers. We've got poets, artists, even a few philosophers on board. They argued that if we're facing the unknown, we need more than just scientific minds. Lyra couldn't help but smile. It was so typically human to think outside the box, even in the face of extinction. And yet the rest of the Alliance had embraced the idea. Perhaps they were rubbing off on their galactic neighbors more than they realized. Captain Zoravox glided over, her iridescent scales reflecting the hangar's bright lights. The council is assembled in the command center. It's time for the final briefing. As they made their way to the command center, Lyra's mind raced over the details of their plan. The cosmic ark was a marvel of collaborative engineering. Its hull was constructed of metamaterials developed by the crystalline beings of Altair Prime, capable of withstanding extreme gravitational forces. The drive system, a revolutionary design that combined human ingenuity with Xyloxian quantum mechanics, could theoretically navigate through the fringes of the anomaly's event horizon. But the heart of the ship, the element that gave them hope, was purely human in origin. Inspired by Earth's particle accelerators, the ark housed a massive gravitational wave emitter. The theory was simple. If the anomaly was indeed artificial, it must have a power source. By bombarding it with precisely modulated gravitational waves, they hoped to disrupt its functioning. The command center fell silent as Lyra and her team entered. High Counselor Xanthor's form pulsed with anticipation. Ambassador Chen, the fate of our civilization rests on this mission. Are you certain of its success? Lyra took a deep breath. Counselor, certainty is a luxury we don't have. What we have is hope, determination, and the combined intellect of the greatest minds in the galaxy. It has to be enough. Xanthor's form shimmered in what Lyra had come to recognize as approval. Then let us commence. The launch was smooth, the ark rising gracefully from the hangar and accelerating towards the looming threat. As they approached the anomaly, the true scale of their adversary became apparent. It was a roiling mass of darkness, seeming to devour the very fabric of space-time. Inside the ark, the crew worked with quiet intensity. Dr. Takahashi coordinated with the science team, fine-tuning the gravitational wave emitter. General Ortiz managed defenses, ready for any unexpected threats. And at the helm, a mixed team of human and alien pilots guided the ship with preternatural precision. As they entered the anomaly's outer field, alarms blared. The ship shuddered, straining against forces that threatened to tear it apart. Gravitational shear exceeding expected parameters, a Xyloxian scientist called out, her tentacles dancing over holographic controls. Compensating, Aiden replied, his fingers flying over his console. Lyra, we need to get closer. The emitter's not penetrating the core. Lyra looked to the pilots. Can we do it? A human pilot, her face set in grim determination, nodded. We can. It'll be rough, but we can do it. Then do it, Lyra commanded. The ark plunged deeper into the maelstrom. Outside, space itself seemed to warp and twist. Inside, the crew fought against increasing gravity, their bodies straining against forces that should have crushed them. We're in position, Aiden called out, initiating gravitational pulse. Now. A deep thrum reverberated through the ship as the emitter fired. For a heart-stopping moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then, suddenly, the view screen lit up with a dazzling display of energy. It's working. Aiden shouted over the ship's groaning superstructure. The anomaly's field is destabilizing. But their victory was short-lived. As the anomaly's outer layers peeled away, something unexpected was revealed at its core. It wasn't a weapon or a natural phenomenon, but a ship, ancient beyond imagining, its design unlike anything they'd ever seen. My God, Lyra breathed. It's a Ark, a rescue ship. As if in response to their realization, a signal pierced through the chaos. It wasn't in any language known to the Alliance, but its meaning was clear, a cry for help, broadcast on repeat for eons. In that moment, Lyra made a decision that would change the course of galactic history. "Cease attack," she commanded. "Prepare for rescue operations." What followed was a feat of engineering, diplomacy, and sheer human determination that would be talked about for generations. The cosmic arc, designed to destroy, instead became a lifeline. They synchronized their gravitational fields, created a stable wormhole, and guided the ancient vessel to safety. As they limped back to Alliance space, towing their impossible rescue behind them, the truth emerged. The anomaly had been a desperate gambit by a long-lost civilization, placing their last survivors in stasis and launching them into the void, hoping that someday someone would find them and wake them up. The return of the cosmic arc was met with jubilation across the galaxy. Humanity, once seen as upstarts from a deadly world, were now hailed as saviors. Their unique perspective, born from facing constant adversity on Earth, had allowed them to see a cry for help where others saw only a threat. In the years that followed, the integration of the rescued civilization brought about a new golden age of discovery and innovation. Humanity's place in the galactic community was cemented not by their technology or their strength, but by their compassion, their creativity, and their indomitable spirit. As Lyra stood before the Galactic Council once again, this time to accept a commendation on behalf of Earth, she reflected on the journey that had brought them here. From a primitive species on a deadly world to the saviors of an entire civilization, humanity had proven that their greatest strength lay not in conquering adversity, but in reaching out to others even in the darkest of times. The galaxy had been forever changed, and at its heart stood humanity, born on the most dangerous planet in the universe, and destined for greatness among the stars.